We live.
Yeah, we is back up in this month. It's happening.
You look like Kenny
First of all, well,
because your
let
hair
me-
is long. You look like Kenny. I guess when your hair gets longer, I never noticed that because your
okay.
hair is always short. Yes,
Mhm.
okay, but
That's
anyway,
interesting.
it's not interesting. Your brothers. It's not interesting. Sheesh. Don't act slow. Hi.
Man, what's happening? What is good with it, man?
We're back.
We are. We are back.
It's
It's
been
been
a
a
minute.
lot. It has been a minute and a lot.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've done this. Hello, everybody. Okay, so listen,
Been a couple
we're
of
we're here
weeks
for about an
since we've
hour.
done this.
Okay, and this is Dynamicis. Okay, his government name is. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is Dynamicis, and I'm Nirvana, and we're cousins in real life. You niggas is cousins on the internet, family online. We're family, blood, first cousins. On top of that, okay. So this is the real deal. So when you see me mad at him or vice versa, just know it's just a moment. Okay, he's irritating, but it's just a moment. Okay. Was there anything you wanted to say before we get started on
Wait,
our topic?
wait. So, so have you been shitting on me on the internet, and I'm not aware of this?
No, I just shit on you on the game,
Oh,
not on the internet.
oh, you talking about when I'm not
I
on?
shit on you on Fortnite, but not on the internet. So,
Okay.
what do you want to say before we get started on this topic that's going to trigger every hair in your bone? I mean, in your bone? Every hair on your body. True. We talking about cheating. Jason about to get mad. I mean, Dynamic said,
Why?
what? I don't know. I mean, God, I couldn't wait to say your name.
Yeah, just disrespectful for no reason at all.
Jason, Dynamics. Come
Yeah,
on,
there we
say
go. Go
something.
ahead. Just put me out there. Go ahead.
No, no,
Tell
no,
them what my address is too. While
no,
you at
no,
it,
no. Have you
tell them
cheated before?
no.
It's not
Tell them
about.
what my address is.
I don't
Tell
know it
them
actually.
where on
I
my
just
address.
know what city and state you live in. I might have it written down somewhere.
Yeah, tell them that
You
too. Go
cheat.
ahead. Put it out there. Put it all out there. Send them to me. Go ahead, send them to me.
Dynamics is
Mm-hmm.
1
Mm-hmm.
hour, so don't be doing too much tonight. Okay, keep your shit tight.
To
Don't go
yourself.
off on no limb. When we got something to say,
And,
just answer it
and no
concise.
tangents.
Yeah, don't go on no
I'm
tangent.
going.
Oh, let me put this poll up. This is new on StreamYard. Let me put the poll up. Who's cheat? Okay, true. Clay Thompson and Megan the Stallion.
Allegedly.
No, it's the real. It's admitted they did it. Or he did it. But okay, look. But that's what prompted my topic. But also Mary Tina from Mary the gospel group.
Oh,
Um,
from the gospel group.
yes. Recently, her husband filed for divorce in Los Angeles, but supposedly they have been separated for 2 years. But TMZ broke the story last week, and the internet went crazy about that. And he also is a cheater. Okay. What I'm looking for here is I did a poll. This is new on StreamYard, but I don't know where it's at. Anyway, so Jason, are you familiar with Mary the group?
I
Okay.
am, man. I used to love that group.
Oh, you know the
Uh,
group. What did they
yeah. Oh,
sing?
yeah. Gospel. Um, one of my favorite songs that they sang. Hold on one second.
Man, I don't know where that poll is. It's
I
all right.
see something on here that you have it titled as or labeled as group discussion. I was wondering if that was it. It's on the left hand side of the screen.
Jason, no
What's up?
dynamics. Come on. Okay, you know who Mary is.
Yeah, did you hear me? All right, can you hear me
You
talking?
just said, but I asked you what song they sang, and you're not saying nothing. I don't remember. Okay, they have a lot of songs. Everybody knows who they are. It doesn't matter. Okay, now, you're not on the screen, but that's probably you're probably looking at for something, Jake. I don't consider legal separation as cheating. I don't consider legal.
So Shackles was one
Oh
of the
yes, that's
songs.
it. Shackles on my feet. Shackles on my feet so I could dance. Hey, I just wanna praise you. Hey, I just wanna praise you. Hey. Okay. Anyway.
Where your tambourine at?
Not high girl.
Where
Okay,
your
but anyway.
tambourine at?
At least you know I'm a
Hey, you remember when somebody on here said, "Hey, are you trans?"
Yes, that's what made me that's what made me say. At least he knows I'm a woman. There's no
That
qualms about that.
was hilarious.
All right, so true. You know, even before he was cheating for a very long time. The separation, um, even though they were separated, I don't know that I would consider that cheating either if you're separated. But he was fornicating. Is that fornication? He was
Mm,
cheating, adulterizing
uh-huh.
before that.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway,
Is this allegedly or is this like what
no,
happened?
no. They had a reality show. It's for real.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
okay.
Mary
Did they ever
lady.
talk about why he was doing it or whatever the case
No,
may
he
be?
hasn't said anything. I
Hmm.
thought maybe he was gonna come out cross dressed like Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't know there was some underlying whatever, but no, he hasn't said anything. I mean, he just I don't know. He obviously people. I'm assuming they cheat because they're not happy or either with
No, that's
themselves.
probably not what that is. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
It could be various reasons why people cheat, why
There's
they choose
there's
to cheat.
various reasons.
But neither here nor there. He hasn't said anything. But okay, fast forward to now the Megan and Clay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna play a little. Gosh, I don't know what to start with. Do you know anything about it? Have you seen any videos about Clay and Megan?
No, what I did hear was that there was talk about what happened, and but that was it. And guys, people tripping on how men are responding to it versus how women are responding to it, and that I am familiar with.
Yeah.
But as far as what happened in the specifics of their story, no, I'm not. I'm not really privy to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll watch and I've shared his video before, but the King of Reeds, his name is Justin, and he is very like not with the program when it comes to the way that women are addressed versus men, okay? And how the scales aren't even. Um Also there's
What's
another
good,
video.
Kents?
Hi Kent. There's also another video um with Finesse. Finesse did a little he was asking his girl about it, his take on it. Uh, but yeah, I have some questions and opinions too about it.
All right, let's talk about it
But
then. Let's get to it.
let me play the King of Reeds video he did on it. I'm gonna share my screen and we'll talk about it.
This Megan and Clay situation, I just want to give you all a warning right now. We're going to be talking about a lot of misogyny, a lot of sexism, a lot of abuse, all of the things. Just giving you a fair warning. If this is not, this week has been a lot watching this conversation. watching these men talk about Megan Thee Stallion, that cartoon that I really do not want to show, but I feel like it's important for us to document where we are at
Yeah, that was fucked up.
right now when we're seeing
I didn't know
15,
anything about
16-year-old teenagers stomp 15-year-old girls out and post it on social media, when we're seeing repeated stories of men unaliving women, their partners, their mother of their children. I lost a family member dear to me to this. And to see how these men are now speaking about Megan Thee Stallion, dissecting her past relationships and asking the question, why can't Megan Thee Stallion keep a man? And all the men that she has been in a relationship with are still single. We don't see them married. We don't see Partisan married. We don't see whoever she was. I don't remember. I'm not keeping up. I don't have a checklist of her cooch. I don't care. She's young. She's supposed to be dating and enjoying life. I'm just generally confused of why Megan Thee Stallion is held to a higher standard about why she can't keep a man when women have to wait for men to propose. Women have to wait on men to propose. So how in the hell is it a woman can't keep a man? It should be asked why men can't keep a woman. Because it's very y'all hold all the cards, y'all hold all the power. But I'm no longer interested in having conversations like this with men who do not understand, at the very least, misogyny and don't have no clue of misogynoir. So let's talk about it. So to bring y'all up to speed, I did a live stream earlier this week, actually Monday, about Megan Thee Stallion and Clay ending their relationship. Megan Thee Stallion took to Instagram stories to share what was going on. She posted this. She didn't have me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. So Megan Thee Stallion posted this on Instagram stories. It took a lot of us by surprise. I had no idea. There was some rumors of Clay cheating and having girls leave the club with him and sitting with girls in the club or whatever. I don't pay attention to that. I don't care. Megan Thee Stallion was posting that man. She seemed to like him. That's all that matters to me. I ain't doing all that because I know how the internet work and all of that. But the girl said the man was ugly.
Susan.
He was saying a lot of stuff about him. I was just, Megan, you like it? I love it. So Megan Thee Stallion named this. Now you have men taking to the podcast and talking about why Megan Thee Stallion can't keep no man. Why is Megan Thee Stallion always having this? And as if these men are not hyper-focused on Megan Thee Stallion and her relationships. Megan Thee Stallion is not the only person in this world who's dated multiple folks and been in relationships and did not get married. That's what you're supposed to do. See, I think some of y'all got us confused.
So I will say that I have watched quite a few videos on this topic, okay? And and so what Justin is, I hear what Justin is saying, because there were Stephen A, I guess his name, he did a video, and some other people, but
you talking about Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah. He did a video about it, and some a lot of Mag TV, I had a Vlag TV, something like that. I had that up, but I closed it. But bottom line is, these men are sitting around and they're making comments, and I saw specifically that one of them had a academic. No, it was somebody else, had a chart up with all these men in the industry that Megan has been with. Okay. Now Dynamics is okay. So you and I know that, yes, you guys, I'm using Megan and Clay, but this storyline is forever.
Yeah, it's
always has.
It's a consistent trend, right? There is, and this has been around for generations, if not towards the beginning of time, if you consider the fact of how history gets told, is that women are typically in the position of you are wrong, right? And whichever way you cut that, right? When you look at what they're doing here, you take all that picture, right? That infographic, I saw that graphic, and I said, wow, that's one, I didn't know that she dated those dudes. But here's what I was like, damn, the way they set that up was like, you really painted her in a negative light.
Yeah.
Like in a sincerely negative light, right? In the church, a girl gets pregnant, she gets demonized. Well, no one says much to the young dude who got her pregnant. Or whoever it was that got her pregnant, right? They usually skirt. So that's a consistent issue that I think has to be addressed, especially considering what we're trying to do collectively and collaboratively. And moving forward as a unit, which means that we do have to heal some of these spaces. And I think this is a great topic to deal with that as well, or at least to broach it.
Right. I agree. Okay.
Because y'all mamas got married at 21, 22 years old. Your mom and dad, and they hate each other. They got married at a very young age. A lot of girls like, nope, they ain't. I'm not putting up with it. And again, these men are pissed off that women have been speaking up. Me Too happened almost 10 years ago, back in 2017, and it got a lot of attention because Alyssa Milano, who talked about her experience, when this name and this movement was really made by this Black activist by the name of Tarana Burke, who talked about the importance of healing from sexual abuse and things that men have done in positions of power. We've seen story after story this last month of men, politicians, having inappropriate relationships with their subordinates. Women have came out to the point that 2 congressmen had to, from both parties, from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, having to resign because of allegations. So you had men like Ebro, Emmanuel Aiko, Stephen A. Smith, who is old as shit. I'm not understanding why you should be out here doing another car extra insurance commercial. You got people like Cameron, who I'm not understanding why he's not the ambassador to Benadryl, because every time he talks, he sounds like he got a sinus infection. You should be the spokesperson for antihistamine. You sound like you over here talking about cooch. You sound like you got a wet cooch in your mouth that's muffling your vocal cord box. Why are all y'all men speaking on Megan Thee Stallion and dissecting her? None of y'all is married. Mace around here moving around like a puppet, neck barely moving, look like he needs to be laying up in a damn casket. All of y'all so concerned, why Megan can't keep a man? Y'all can't even smell the perfume that Megan Thee Stallion is wearing. Y'all can't even be in the same rooms with her, but y'all out here talking and dissecting her relationships. I'm not understanding how people like Stephen A. Smith are coming online and saying, well, why is she coming to the internet telling this man business? That's their personal business. Okay, so she's not supposed to talk about the personal business. She's not supposed to talk about it. So she's supposed to release a statement like she one of the queens at the Buckingham Palace. Like, hey, this is an official statement. Me and Clay have this. No, that man cheated. That man cheated. She deserved to air him out. Y'all both bought a house. Y'all both booed up. You're taking her to events. You showing her all. She's showing you all. This idea that Megan Thee Stallion forced this man to be social, we've never heard it, because that's what Stephen A. Smith said. Ebro too.
I would also like to add, okay, a professional athlete that has been making a gazillion dollars for however long Klay Thompson's been in the league. How long has he been in the league?
I'm going to give you his career earnings real quick because they're a lot, but 12 years, something like that.
And we've never known any of Klay Thompson's personal interests. 14 years in the NBA.
He's over.
How many rings?
He's over $300 million.
He's made over $300 million in the league. How many rings?
4?
3 or 4 rings.
The way that is a bold-faced lie. There was stories about Klay Thompson cheating, being a notorious cheater for a while. He cheated on Laura so many years ago. And then when she took him back, he still wasn't able to marry her and keep that relationship going. This is the same man who had a alleged cheating diary of all the times he was going to different cities and playing basketball. Okay. He was naming the like what he was doing. He was cheating. Laura was under Ricky Thompson's Instagram video alone, like some 6 years ago, where he talked about, I'm not taking you back after you cheat. And fans thought Maybe she's talking about her relationship with Klay Thompson. Like Klay Thompson has been in how many relationships and he's not been able to secure a ring. This should have been the ring that you focused on because you're not getting another ring. You're not. Ebro out here. He got 4 rings. He got $300 million. You can't even secure a damn radio deal. You out here slurping and slobbing all on Klay Thompson. Can you get off? You ride her lips. Can you back up? Let her breathe, Ebro. My God. You out here, Klay Thompson was. I did not know who Klay Thompson was. We don't all watch basketball. I know y'all live in this damn bubble where y'all feel like everything revolves around y'all, and majority of it does.
Men.
I don't watch basketball. I didn't know who Klay Thompson was. I don't know who this man is. Him and Stephen Curry look like they came out the same cooch. Both of them are biracials. Both of them. The grandmama of the baby. The grandmama of the baby. I can't point the man at the difference between both of them. Never heard of it. I didn't even know until this week that he played for the Chicago Warriors.
No, my bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, the Golden State Warriors. I had no idea who this man was. Yes, he's gotten rings and he's been in championships. And where his ass at now? In Texas, mad as hell. Mad as hell. It was reported that he did not like where he was at. He wanted to be back with the Golden State Warriors. He wanted to win some more. He ain't been playing his A game anymore. It's time for him to settle down. Them knees is about to collapse. It's time to sit down. Him being with Megan Thee Stallion, if anything, was going to give him more visibility.
So to that,
No,
to your
wait a
comment,
minute.
True, why couldn't Klay say this isn't working for me and part with me? Now I agree with that. I mean, but let me say this because that's a common thread, right? And that's with anybody when it comes to. I feel the same way. Like when it comes to cheating, and my husband and I have talked about this before. It's like at the end of the day, if you don't want to be somewhere, it's easier for you to just leave it because it's drama if you don't. Why couldn't he? But I think that speaks to the maturity level. So your age doesn't make you mature. The amount of money he has doesn't make him mature. There's obviously some issues going on there. And again, it gets deep. But go ahead. Let me close my door. Go ahead, Jason. What were we gonna say?
No, actually, no. There really wasn't anything I was going to say other than I just was saying I didn't agree with what he was trying to paint the picture of Klay in, right? And that last little set, and it was just a small, minute moment. So, it wasn't anything I was really going to say other than like, oh no, now Klay, she didn't lend him clout. I mean, he didn't need her for clout. A nigga that work at Papa John's would need her for clout. Regular niggas would need her for clout. He don't need nobody for clout. I mean, he's one of the best shooters in NBA history. Like he don't need that. So anyway, I was just saying on that note, it's like, okay, no, now you're going too far.
Yeah,
you're going too far.
I think what he's saying is they don't need either one of them. The whole narrative going around was like, men are speaking on Klay like he's this God and everybody knows who he is. And he's all of this. And his point is not everybody knows who the fuck he is, so relax on that. And you're not going to downplay Megan because she supposedly is, hoeing or sleeping around. I get that too. But can I say this? Okay, really quick on that. And this goes for anybody. We're just using their names because they're examples. But this narrative, and I don't know how I feel about this part too, because people are quick to say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Now, when I saw how many men she supposedly slept with, and that's because I saw the chart. I don't know. I really don't follow. I'm her situation, her sleeping situation, who she dating and all that. Really, I don't. But it's a lot if it's true. Okay. And my thing is she's a very public person versus Klay. He's not. Okay. So allegedly, I guess he's not. but we don't know how many people he slept with. But again, the men can go around and sleep with as many people as they want to, and it's no issue. But if a woman does it, and to Justin's point, she's young, she's not married, so the fuck what? You know, does it matter? Because I watched another video where a man was saying, hey, women, he did specifically say women, you know, stop fucking, stop giving it up so quickly and so easily to men, because it basically, I don't want to say lowers your value, but you know, if you want to be wifed up, like nobody's trying to wife you up if they talking about you and all the niggas in the industry.
Well, I think a part of that is because women are listening, and I've seen this with both, right? It's like, and I asked this question, it's like, why do women talk to women about men, and why do men talk to men about women? To me, it seems like it is so fucking completely backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you want to understand the opposite sex, or like, why not go to the opposite sex, right? Because you guys live in a space that men don't often live in. They may visit from time to time, and vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say that to say, I think when we hear stories like this, and we quick to jump to conclusions about who was right, who was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 blah. I think the bigger issue is, and the homie was mentioning it, but this also brings me back to that statement that I made too about Steph Curry and Aisha Curry.
Uh-huh.
I don't agree with airing shit out on the internet. I just don't agree with that. I
Right.
think there's a time and a place, right?
Mhm.
Now, granted, some would say, well, he's not squeaky clean. That only benefits him. Oh, really? Does it? Because right now, you have people putting up infographics about the partner she slept with and painting her as a hoe, when I don't think that's fair.
Mhm.
Because in all fairness and all honesty, we don't even know what time frame that was. And
Mhm.
some of the dudes could have just been somebody you kicked it with. Don't mean who's to say you was even fucking all of them,
Mhm.
right? And then even if you did, who cares, right? You're
Mhm.
an adult, you're grown, and you're out here living your experience.
Right.
So I don't agree with that. But when you air your shit out publicly, then you open yourselves up to this type of bullshit.
Mhm.
So take some accountability and keep your shit moving. Period. No one fucking needs to know all of that. Do you think a good person that again, I don't know these people's story. I
Right.
don't
Right.
know,
Right.
right? So I'm not gonna say Denzel Washington's wife just doing it right, or Michelle Obama is doing it right, or any list of
Hey,
people that we
Grizz.
know who have had relationships public, but you've never heard any bullshit about their relationships, right? We don't know the struggles that they've dealt with behind closed doors. So I want to acknowledge that. What I do know is this: the moment you open yourself up to other people's opinions, you fucking up. Do you know how many women I've worked with whose sole issue is the fact that they listen to their motherfucking friends? Believe it or not. You might think I'm biased to this. You might say, well, that's just human. No, it is not entirely human. That is something that I've seen personally, where that comes up in female relationships more often than male relationships. Because men, we look on the outside, we observe shit and make decisions. Women, on the other hand, you guys are a little bit different. Again, it could be variances, but it's always the conversations will be stuff that, well, she said, or well, and they were saying this. I said, what did that have to do with what you were actually dealing with? It had nothing to do with that. So I've seen this happen quite a few times. But here's what I think happens, and this is the shit that's happening on the internet right now. You put this
Mhm.
motherfucking bullshit out here. You're talking to your female audience. You're going and having girl talk, but you put it out here publicly.
Mhm.
Now, everybody wants to weigh in and talk about this, that, or the third because you fired shots first, right?
Mhm.
Normally, that protects people. That's how people get in front of a story.
Mhm.
But in this case, it's not. And I honestly think we just got to stop airing our shit on the internet, deal with your shit, talk about it, work through, keep as many hands out the fucking kitchen as possible. When
Mhm.
you're cooking meals, you don't let Josh and Ralph and I've been there, we all in the kitchen, we fucking with the pots. No,
Mhm.
you niggas go the fuck over there.
Mhm.
If you're gonna be in my space, right? You're not about to be over here disrupting my flow, right? I'm cooking. So why is it that we think it's any different? It's too many chefs in the kitchen. The moment you start
When
putting
you
your
put
shit
it
out
on
here,
the internet.
there's too many
Right.
chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah. Now she is a very one thing that I she's a public profile. She's always very out there. That's her thing, and he's not. Again, my thing is everybody knows when you get with somebody and you dating them or whatever. I think they've been dating for a little bit over a year. You know what you dealing with and who you fucking with, or you should know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
And um, you know, yeah, I mean, I think she's here for the smoke. I mean, she can obviously handle it, but it's like at the end of the day, then on her statement she made, then she's like, I'm, bye y'all. After she lays this shit out for everybody, then she's like, peace out, whatever. And now she's been seen out already at the club. Let me see what True said. Megan's reputation has suffered in the public eye because of the Tory Lane situation. Most have no love for her and will use whatever opportunity to bash her. Kent said they are public figures. It was going to come out on the internet anyway. Grizz said 100.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. I agree with the dynamics. Is not everyone can be privy to your information. Keep it to a select few that you trust. Okay. Yeah. So
And,
okay. So
and so let me I'll
yeah.
say I'm gonna speak to this the Megan
Okay.
Thee Stallion. I want to speak to this first comment, and then I want
Okay.
to touch each one of those comments. So if you
Okay.
don't
Go
mind.
ahead. Yeah.
So this one, I do agree with that, but let me say this on that note because I don't think people are privy to some of the latter information that came out. Initially, I don't think people were jumping down her throat, if you will, right? They weren't at her neck. I don't think, and again, correct me if I'm wrong because I could be mistaken on this, but I felt like people started doing that when the information came out that in actuality he didn't shoot her, right? So then it was like, well, wait a minute. There was a bunch of question marks that came up about, well, did he do it or did he not do it? Because in actuality, from his stories and other people and other things that came out a little bit later was, wait a minute, that the math isn't mathing, right? And so then maybe I'm thinking maybe that lent to her credibility in that respect. The public figure piece, yeah, and to a degree, because again, we don't even know how long they've been together. I heard someone say this before. When these celebrities get together and they finally become public, it could have been 2 years brewing um, before they finally let people into what they're doing. But there's a lot of other people that I think are great character studies that you don't know anything really about them, and somehow they're able to keep their shit to themselves and they deal with their issues like you and I do. We don't go to the internet, hopefully, we don't go to the internet and start bashing our partner, start bashing our husband or our wives, bashing our children, trying to garner the sympathy of motherfucking strangers. When in actuality, we all know you open that door and you start getting it and entertaining all these other personalities. Well, people will say and they'll do all types of shit. Matter of fact, some of these motherfuckers will be on your side right now, but be backdooring you the whole time. trying to get in there where you trying to go out. So again, I just think it's a very unhealthy characteristic that we have right now where people are choosing to live in the fantasy. And I think it's a real issue. And rather than choosing to live in the reality. And the reality is it's painted differently. Now again, I'm not justifying cheating. I'm not justifying dishonesty. I'm not justifying any of those things. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have did, she should have done, shouldn't have done. I'm not saying any of that, about none of that. What I'm really dealing with is it's the methods in which we're using to address the issues. I think some methods are much better than others. I think some methods can actually create healing, can actually be aimed towards a path of healing, and other methods, i.e., this one, you open yourself up to being harmed in ways that you never should have put yourself in that light ever. No. And I don't think that's it's okay what she's dealing with. I don't think it's fair, but I promise you, I don't give a fuck how much money you have, right? That shit that people are saying and how they're painting you in certain lights, oh, it affects you. We're human.
Like saying that she's a hoe and sleeping with all these people and industry woman and all that. For using that, 'cause that's what
Lori Harvey is another storyline that people have done that with. Lori Harvey, and her dad actually talked about and one of the things he said was it's unfortunate because all her relationships have been in the public eye. You cannot be yourself in the public eye, right? Because you're granting far too much access. So yeah, do I think that am I saying that they should have handled it differently? Yes. I am saying that. I'm saying she should have, especially.
But she's here for the smoke. She ain't got no issue with it. She here for the smoke. She put it out there, and I think I agree that it's just a personal
if she's here for the smoke, then why are people like, oh boy, coming to her defense?
Well, just like it, because it's not about. I don't think it's about her. It's again just like we're having the conversation. They're just they're the examples, right? At the end of the day, people are having their opinions on both sides. On both sides of the coin. So it's just an opinion, and I think it's a problem if she was complaining, if she was like, having an issue with backlash. She's not saying anything. That's the internet going in because that's what we do. We go in, right?
Okay.
But
she's not.
What I will say, yeah, she's not saying nothing. She's out partying. I think they found her at the club last night. There was some video of her out last night. She's doing whatever she does. I don't know what it is.
Oh, cousin.
What?
Look, this comment right here.
Hi, Lisa.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but listen.
Yeah.
That's a fire ass comment. I like that, right? Social media gives you a voice, but does everything need an audience? I think that's a great question to ask. I really do.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Lisa, this is my cousin, Dynamicist. Yeah, she cool. She cool people. Yeah, okay. Social media gives you a voice, but there's everything in audience. Right.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I don't think that everything is worth. So a friend of mine asked me a question recently, and it was so without getting too specific, right? It was 3 instances that took place, right? There was something, let's say something happened on a Monday, question mark popped. Something again happened on a Wednesday, question mark popped in the head. Then the next thing happened, let's say it was a Saturday, right? Question mark. After the Saturday was, okay, yeah, we needed to have a conversation, right? The question was then asked and says, well, why didn't you say something after the first time? And the first question mark. And one of the statements I made was, I said, well, I don't believe in bringing attention to one-offs just for the sake of bringing attention to it. What I
Mhm.
mean by that is this: in interpersonal relationships, and when you are communicating, there's bound to be things that you might misunderstand in the process of, and process of just living. Right? You're bound to misunderstand something.
Mhm.
Some things can also trigger you, right? Again, when something triggers you, that's your own shit. That has nothing to do with other people. It's just you.
Mhm.
So if I'm constantly bringing up one-offs, right?
Mhm.
Something that just happened could have been a complete misunderstanding. Didn't even give it room to iron itself out or room to see, okay, is it something more to this? Or maybe it was just something I just misunderstood. I looked at it incorrectly. Either way, what'll happen is that you'll start chasing phantom issues and then you start thinking that just because you feel some kind of way, that it becomes their problem, and it's not. Some things are
Mhm.
your issue, right? The only reason why I don't believe in dealing with something or bringing attention to the one-offs and that's just the instance that takes place, is because I want to make sure that, is this something that is a them issue or is it a me issue?
So you're
Maybe
processing.
and I think it's important to do that. And so, to this statement, does everything need an audience? No. It just doesn't require an audience. Some things you need to handle another type of way. And I
Right.
just don't agree with how we're handling these social media breakups, these social media issues, unless what they're doing is actually more of a game than it is anything
Orchestrated.
else.
Yeah, that's
There
been
we
said
go.
too, that it could be like orchestrated.
And
Okay,
there's about to be a whole new album that's going to
mhm.
be fuck nigga album.
Right.
Could be.
Right. That's funny. If that motherfucker comes out, I'm not listening to it. Okay,
Yes, you
I'm
are.
standing my ground. I'm
Yes,
over
you're
this
going to
shit.
listen.
Okay,
You're
I'm gonna
listening.
go back to the video. Hold on.
Allow him to step outside of just being a basketball player, because we know basketball players, the moment they retire, their coins start going down. It's no secret. A lot of athletes, as soon as money is gone.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Money is gone. So
'Cause we don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to play this one other video. Okay, let me stop this one because he's gonna go on. I mean, it's good, but let me go back. I want you to see this one. Let me share this one here. Share screen, and this is okay, this is it. Okay, let's listen to him.
This isn't about Klay Thompson. It's about a deficiency most men refuse to confront. Shalom, my brothers. I truly hope all is well with you and your families. A lot of men are looking at this situation with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson as entertainment. Another breakup, another headline, another moment, just to scroll past. But I'm telling you right now, my brothers, that if you're a man trying to build legacy, this isn't entertainment. This is another warning, because what you're witnessing is not rare, unfortunately, and it's not shocking, and it's definitely not new. It's a detrimental pattern that most men ignore, or most men don't recognize at all, because they're too focused on the pursuit of women. Let me be straight with you, my brothers. A man can have discipline in his craft and still be completely undisciplined in his character. He can wake up early, train hard, build wealth, and still lack the internal governance over his emotions that's required to sustain what he built. It is written, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls, completely exposed, completely vulnerable. See, in ancient times, cities were protected by walls that surrounded the city, and these are rarely taught. How many men who lack self-control follow their penis instead of aligning with Yah's purpose? I remember a time in the late 1990s when I was producing music for an all-star NBA player. It was Labor Day weekend, and he was hosting a party at his home in DC. The guest list would be filled with some of the most attractive women in the DC area. As soon as I found out the plan, I didn't hesitate. I booked a flight back to Detroit to be home with my wife and daughter. Not because I believed I wasn't strong enough to endure temptation, but because I had enough spiritual discernment to know a man can't carry fire next to his chest without getting burned. See, most men wait until they're in the environment and then they try to rationalize with temptation. But discipline doesn't start in the moment, my brothers. It starts in the decision to avoid what could take you down.
Come on.
We live in a culture that glorifies achievement, but ignores the consequences of an undisciplined appetite. See, success doesn't just reveal your strengths, my brothers. It exposes your lack of restraint. The more access you gain, the more options you have. And the more options in the hands of a man without sexual self-control will become more options for his downfall. Now, here's where many of us are misguided. Men look at situations like Meg and Clay and immediately start assigning blame. And typically that blame is pointed towards the woman. She wasn't attractive enough. She could have done more. And the classic, women are the problem. That's deflection, my brothers. And it's easier to critique a woman than it is to confront your own lack of discipline, your own lack of sexual self-control. A man's betrayal is not always a reflection of a woman's worth. It's more often a revelation of his. We have to stop reducing cheating to something casual, my brothers, like it's just about sex, because it's not. It's about deception. It's about entitlement. It's about sin. It's about the willingness to look someone in the eyes and allow them to trust a version of you that does not even exist. And as scripture warns, be sure your sin will find you out. This is a character issue, my brothers. It reveals a man who is emotionally ungoverned, easily moved, ruled by his desires rather than anchored in principle. And when a man is led by his emotions, by his appetite instead of Yah's purpose for his life, he will sacrifice an authentic love for something that's temporary every time. And psychologically, my brothers, this is where the conversation deepens. Some men cheat because they are avoidant. And from a psychological standpoint, that's rooted in what's called an avoidant attachment style. That pattern is often formed early when a boy learns consciously or unconsciously that emotional needs are not safe to express or won't be consistently met. So instead of learning how to depend, he learns how to detach. Instead of developing comfort with closeness, he develops control through distance. But relationship with a mature, emotionally intelligent woman requires transparency, consistency, and emotional presence. So instead of growing into closeness, many men self-sabotage and cheat because they feel inadequate. They have money, but they lack a sense of self-worth. So they use women as proof that they are still desirable, still wanted, and still that guy. And there are some men who cheat because they never properly receive love, nurture, or affirmation from their mothers. So they keep trying to extract from women what they never allow Yah to heal within themselves. But hear me clearly, my brothers. An explanation is not an excuse. The cause does not excuse the effect. Childhood wounds may explain the mentality, but they do not justify the betrayal, and even the betrayal of yourself. And what I mean by that aligns with 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. A man who unites himself sexually with a promiscuous woman, or it is written, a prostitute, becomes one with her. Because when a man becomes promiscuous, moving from one woman to another, something begins to shift internally. His mind no longer stays present. Instead, it reaches back to past encounters, thinking about the other woman's body, her behavior, and even her touch. You're in one place with your body, but divided in your mind. That's not connection, that's fragmentation. And this is why 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16 is deeper than most men realize, that when a man joins himself sexually with a promiscuous woman, he becomes one with her, not just physically, but spiritually and psychologically. And when you keep forming those bonds, my brothers, you don't become more fulfilled.
I'm tired of
You
him
become
saying my
increasingly
brother. Yeah.
divided because every encounter leaves an imprint. And over time, my brothers, those imprints begin to compete with each other. So now instead of being fully present with one woman, you're carrying the residue of many. Therefore, before a man ever betrays a woman, he has already betrayed himself. Attachment issues may explain why a man runs from covenant, but they do not absolve him from the responsibility to become a comprehensive man. Because at some point, a man has to stop making women pay interest on wounds they did not create. But unfortunately, a lot of men have been taught how to acquire women, but not how to honor and keep covenant. They've been taught how to increase their value, but not their integrity. No restraint, no self-accountability, no self-control. And when that man is presented with temptation, he doesn't fall because of temptation. He falls because he is spiritually undisciplined. Because as James chapter 1, verses 14 and 15 teaches us, temptation comes from within, my brothers. Desire gives birth to sin, and when left unchecked, it produces death. My brothers, always remember, the cost is always higher than the pleasure.
Come on.
As always, I truly hope this message encouraged you.
Okay. I mean, what? God, he came with it, didn't he?
My brother.
My brother.
Listen.
My brother. Look at me, too. Right.
Yeah. So I get what he's saying.
Okay.
And I think there's some great points in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a big fan of the religiosity aspect of it. I think that's an easy cop out for a lot of people. So, but let's get past that. The biggest thing I would say that I do agree that maturity is essential. I do agree that wound piece, and I think he highlighted a very key point in in people's experience, especially when it comes to this, what we're talking about with the men piece, is that sometimes, yes, people will hold you accountable for wounds that you did not commit. One of the statements I use is that when the punishment doesn't fit the crime, right? Because a person made a statement, that's not saying that everything has to be X, Y, and Z or whatever the case may be. So I think so that, yeah, I would say that there are some great key points there. And I think those are some things that people have to kind of consider, especially knowing yourself, though. And that was another part that I don't think he highlighted enough, is because there comes a point in your journey where you have to spend the time with you to figure out what it is that you actually want, right? So if you told her that you wanted to be in this monogamous relationship, you know, what I really don't think anybody is paying attention to is the fact that the nigga came back and said, listen, here's where I'm currently at. I realize I don't think I can do it like this. That's
Clay
yeah.
said that? Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
Did look at these other niggas, this Takeoff dude or whoever the other dude with Cardi B, and then the other cat.
Oh, Offset.
Offset, and then they just doing shit and
Jet
doing
Set,
and moving
Offset.
on. Right?
Right.
The football player who was with her, and
Ocho Cinco.
No, it was another guy.
Oh.
Anyway, they're together, and then he ends up with some other chick, and she's upset and hurt. Again,
All
she finds out
shit. Men.
Yeah, but she finds out about it. In this case, she said he came to her and told her, "Hey, I don't think I can do this."
Stephon Diggs, yeah.
Yeah, Diggs, yeah. And she comes, but he comes and says this. So then Truth said this earlier. Why can't he just say it? Well, he did say it. And then she says, at that point, she goes to the internet.
Is that how that went down? I was wondering about, because he hasn't. Did he say that, Jason? Because I wondered about that.
She said it in the statement. She said that he
can't be monogamous. She said
now you're saying
you can't be monogamous.
Yeah,
so
now you're
he had
saying,
to say that. He
had to have said that, and then when he says that, she runs to the internet and blasts it, right? And so again, when you ask the question, well, why can't he just do this and that? Now you could say, well, he's saying this after he cheated or before it. Listen, it's irrelevant.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I saw a couple close to me, and I saw a woman, and just listen, guys, just don't just listen to what I'm saying. One thing that does kind of ruffle my feathers is when anybody, but in this instance, I'm using a woman, they get so emotional. Part of our DNA, and it's what makes us great. Okay, don't smother that part of you. I always feel like we have to hone these abilities and emotions and these pieces of us, right? They can be blessings and curses. Okay, so we pick what category we're gonna float in. Okay, so this emotional piece of us as women, we can either use that in a good way or we can be toxic as fuck with it. Okay, now I knew somebody who would be so fucking toxic. It was like, and I'm sitting there looking because I'm privy to this relationship in a, I don't want to say unhealthy way, but I'm just right there.
Come on,
And
Privy.
when he does something you don't like, married couple here, okay? When he pisses you off or does something you don't like, or you guys get into an argument, he is quiet as fuck. He's to himself. He don't run and tell that to nobody. He just does him, and he's blah, blah, blah. You, on the other hand, run to Facebook, run to your girlfriend, run over here. You try to talk to me. I'm like, I don't want no parts of it. Okay, listen. And I would always sit back and be like, even if he's wrong, bitch, you look crazy. Okay? So you're not playing this right. You're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Own those emotions in a different way. Why are you running, to your point, to Facebook and you put all this shit, and you don't just do it with him, you do it with somebody, another guy, another man, not that, but just another person. This is what you do. Again, to Lisa's point, is you're using it as an outlet, as your voice. You want to be heard. Can we find another way to feel heard other than running all that? Because we need another way to do it, because it's almost like she has some kind of addiction. I think a lot of women are like this. They got to get it out. I had a girlfriend like this. You got to get it out. You got to tell somebody, and you got to be messy, and you got to put it on the internet, or you got to just put it on some type of board at work. Your ass, you just don't give a fuck. Because in that moment, you're being emotional. You're not being emotionally mature. I don't give a fuck how old you are. And so you look 5150. This nigga's wrong as fuck. But guess what, bitch? We're not looking at him now. We could have been, ho, had you handled it right. But since you want to act 5150, now fuck him. He's free and clear, bitch. We're looking at you. Now we're saying, no wonder he did the shit. Bitch, you're crazy.
So it backfired.
I don't know.
Wait. Hold on. No, hold on.
Okay.
So it backfired on it, right?
Right.
But here's the thing, though, and you alluded to this earlier. You said, bitch, you're playing it wrong, and herein, I think is the thing that I just kind of disagree with, right? In the totality of it. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are we playing anything? Mm-hmm. When you have a relationship, right, you have to consider that relationship is extremely fragile, which means that there isn't enough space on this boat for too many other people, right? Yeah. It's space on this boat for two. And we can't be pouring water in this motherfucker, because this motherfucker will tip at any given point, right? So we got to work to keep the water out the boat, and there's only enough space for two. But the moment you start adding in your parents, or you add in these other motherfuckers' opinion, or you add in your pastor's opinion, you start adding in the Jet Magazine opinion, that's dated as fuck. I know there's no more Jet Magazine. I can't give it.
Hey, Jet was the shit, man. Bring Jet back.
Jet was, man. Listen, I went to a library.
There was
Let me
that
just
black
say
student
this.
section in Jet. My mom used to get Jet. Go ahead.
Listen, I went to a library in Vegas, and they had this section with all these Jet magazine covers. And do you know what I saw on those covers?
Vanessa Williams.
Black excellence.
Yeah. That's Ebony too. No, that's
That was
Essence magazine. Black Excellence.
that was all that you saw. Every
Yeah.
person,
Right.
every head. I mean, it was black excellence on those magazines. There was none
Yeah.
of this bullshit.
Yeah.
None of this bullshit that we see today, right?
Right.
Anyway, do with that what you will.
Right.
But
Right.
anyway,
Do
so
with it.
I think I just really think that we gotta consider that this thing is fragile, and you gotta take care of it, and you gotta nurture this relationship, right? These relationships are not nurtured by other people,
Yeah.
right? Look, and here's a good example, right? Your friend who doesn't have a baby cannot nurse your child. You had that baby. You got titties. You can nurse that baby,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your friend can't unless she's had a baby. But let's just say that anybody outside of your marriage, they don't have the baby. Only you do. So
Mm-hmm.
that motherfucker's designed for you to be able to nurse. So
Mhm.
when it comes to nurturing your relationships, you can't be putting these other motherfuckers in it.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
do.
that applies to everybody,
Yeah.
right?
And not just the internet. Okay, because my thing is you don't have to hold it in. I get wanting to tell somebody. I know. But I just this is my thing. Once you put shit out there, you can't take it back. You can apologize, but it's already out there. So as many times as I've seen you flip out on your husband, to my scenario, right? The many times I've seen you flip out is just as many times I see you take his ass back.
Mm.
It's just as many times as I heard you beg him to marry you for over a decade.
After all that other shit.
After, while, during, before, through it all, the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys. It's like, okay, so at some point, this shit is crazy. It's toxic, but
At some point, you
again,
must like this.
you're this person, right? This person was not emotionally mature. I didn't give a fuck how old you are. You don't know how to handle it. You don't have the tools. You know what I'm saying? And so there's always context and a reason why. But I think I'm saying all that to say, I'm gonna circle back to Megan and we can wrap it up. Listen, if he cheated and you said the shit on the internet and you blasted his ass, so be it. Nigga, you both are public figures. You're both on the internet. You're both outside, okay? Now you got a Oprah and Stedman, and you got a Denzel and his wife. What's his wife's name? I hate that I never know the lady's name. Is it Gloria? Anyway,
Yeah, it probably sounds like Gloria.
You got Obama and you got Michelle. We got plenty of examples of public couples who aren't outside like that, and I just feel like, now low key, I think allegedly Beyonce and Jay-Z are not happy. This is my narrative. I think their relationship could be just really fucked up and we just don't know. We don't know and we never will know.
I felt like that from the beginning.
Their shit is probably, all kind of allegedly. I mean, I don't have nothing. Don't come for me. You ain't gonna get shit. You got his TV.
I couldn't understand what she saw in the nigga to begin with.
No.
Well, I'm like, Beyonce.
I mean,
the fuck are you doing?
His swag, I guess. I don't know. His swag, but she can have him. Don't know. Okay, but anyway, that's the internet.
Don't nobody else want to.
Okay, one question, then I gotta go. Do you want to see the Michael Jackson movie? Everybody's saying how good it is. You know that's his
All right.
nephew that played him in the movie. That's his nephew.
No, but let me say this. My thing with that movie, would I go to the theater and see it? No.
Mhm.
If it came on Lifetime
On the Fire Stick.
or
Come on, let's just call a thing a thing. If it's free on the Fire Stick with the people walking in the background, we'll watch it. Okay.
because I've heard that there were some key things left out.
Oh, okay.
And for me, just like when you told the story, you know what a good example of that was for me? Is
Mhm.
they did the same shit with Bob Marley's story. You left out the most essential shit. I feel like that should have been said about Bob Marley.
Mhm.
Right? And you sensationalized him and left it there.
Mhm.
But he was a revolutionary.
Mhm.
So he didn't just, and again, I stand by the fact I don't believe he just died. I don't think that was the case. I don't think he just died. I don't think Prince just died. I damn sure don't
Angie
think.
Stone just died. They killed
Maybe
Angie,
not.
allegedly.
Maybe.
They said
Maybe.
she wanted her rights to her shit.
She wanted her shit. Prince wanted his shit. Michael Jackson. Right? Then all of a sudden, these people end up dead. There was a video I seen a while back, and it was some white people
He
from
said it, not me.
Britain. It was
Yes,
some
he
white
did.
folks from Britain.
Okay.
They're in the music industry, whatever.
Mhm.
And he brought up a very good point. And I've said this, but I had never heard someone from that community say it.
Mhm.
He said, something isn't right. He said, because why do all the black greats always have dramatic falls? He said, it's either their character gets assassinated
Bill
or
Cosby.
they get assassinated. He said, but it's
Or
never a graceful bow out.
Yeah.
And now again,
Who
if you
gracefully
consider
bowed
law of
out?
averages,
Yeah.
it's never
Who gracefully
never
bowed
a
out? Can we
grace.
think of one person? Come on, chat. Think of one person what's one black person that gracefully bowed out? I don't know yet. I ain't really knowing. I don't
You
know.
could say maybe
They tried to take out
you
Al B.
could
Sure.
say Harry
Linnell brought him back.
Belafonte, but
Belafonte, Harry
Belafonte, you could say maybe
he
him,
black?
but again, yeah. But this was back in that Blue Eyes time period and all that other shit. So, matter of fact, Sammy Davis Jr. talked about all the shit he went through. So yeah, Belafonte was going through a bunch of shit during that time too.
Marvin Gaye.
No,
He
that
went out
nigga's,
crazy.
he
Yeah,
got killed too.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like I keep
Yeah.
coming up with names in there. I'm trying to think of somebody that bowed out gracefully, and I'm coming still with the fucked up shit. Okay, I mean, listen, we got to do. What can we do? Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. We're going.
But yeah. Anyway, so
Just have your
my thing is,
garden. Do your own garden. Start there.
yeah. What I would think is with Michael Jackson. I mean, if they really deal with the real issues, then I would love to see that. I don't really care to see a flashy version of his story.
So Lisa said it was a very good movie. I've heard it was
Okay,
really
all
good.
right.
But this is the thing, it's supposedly the top movie of all time. The numbers. Okay, it's something like that, Jason. Don't look at me crazy. You know it's something. You know I said it fucked up, but it's something of all time. I just don't know the statistics. Biopic, the best biopic in the world.
It just came out. How?
They said something. Okay, but
Anyway, okay. So look, Lisa said it's a good movie. Is Lisa? Hold on.
What?
Does Lisa put sugar in her grits? Hold on. Ask Lisa.
Okay.
Lisa, hold on.
Lisa's
Lisa, do you oatmeal, cream of wheat, or grits?
All right, y'all. Listen. Look, I'm gonna put Apollo. It's been nice. Good night. What's the one they say? Okay.
No, hold on. This is going somewhere.
Oh, okay.
All right, but look.
I'm looking
Michael
up
Jackson
Michael
movie.
Jackson. Oh, you looking it up
Yeah,
too?
me too.
Yeah,
Trying to see.
We're trying to see what the fuck I'm talking about. Michael Jackson movie biopic,
records.
best of all time. Wait,
Okay, here we go. It's record
what
breaking.
is
Hold
that?
on.
Oh, come on.
Okay. All
Come
right.
on.
He earned 97 million domestically,
Okay.
200 million globally. Okay. It smashes box office record. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lisa did a review on it. Okay. And yes, she put sugar in her grits. Come on, Lisa. Come on, sugar and grits.
Okay. So that tells me that means it's worth a watch for me. It's worth a watch for me.
Because she put sugar in her grits.
Oh yeah, because that tells me a little bit about where she's from.
Oh, okay.
And
well, maybe we should go see it. Truth, you want to go see it? Maybe we go to the movies. Truth gonna be like, girl, blind. Good night. Okay. Anyway. All right. Lisa has a channel, guys. Come on, guys. She has a channel. If you can get over there, cheese and sugar. Come on, Lisa. We're supposed to be working out. Lisa, is it non-fat cheese? Lisa, I'm on one knee.
No,
Lisa,
wait.
is it non-fat cheese? Dairy
Just
free.
saying, when she did do it, that's how she did it. That's all she's saying.
Because we need context. If you putting all kind of shit in there, you put jelly in it too, you suspect. We supposed to be working on ourselves. Okay. Oh, look at my
wrong
phone.
with a little cheese and sugar in the grits. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I promise you.
Ain't no private joke, girl. That's him talking about some sugar in the grit. Next thing going on, she got sugar in the tank. I'm trying to. Okay, we gotta go. Everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We love you, Jason. Dynamicist. What are we gonna say now?
But
good night.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
It is. We love y'all. Thank you for sliding. And stop cheating, nigga. Stop y'all cheating now.
We don't know what they did. Hold on. We need to actually talk about what that revelation for him could actually mean.
For who?
Because for Klay Thompson.
Oh.
We only have one conversation in this country when it comes to relationships. It's marriage or not. Mm-hmm. Marriage is only this. It's the same shit we're dealing with the LGBTQ community, right? Marriage is not inclusive of the LGBT community. Marriage is not inclusive of polyamory. Marriage is not inclusive of anything other than
heterosexual.
Not even just that. It's because these motherfuckers is weird anyway. It's only this narrowed identity and narrowed expectation for what it is. Maybe there's another conversation that needs to be had, because maybe what he could actually be finding out is that I can love you, but I can also love her.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
This is not all the same.
Maybe he's not a monogamous person, and he doesn't know that that's an option. He was raised and indoctrinated to believe there's only one way, and he can't. He's programmed, and he believes, and with all that money and influence and all this shit he got going on, it makes it even harder. That's why I'm just leave me broke harder. And leave me broke and leave me alone. Okay,
I don't receive that.
I don't receive.
I'm good.
You don't receive it. My Cash App is okay.
No, you broke. You don't need it.
Who's Ving Rhames? Who is that?
He's an actor. I hope
he died.
Oh, God. No.
Well, why is she praying? I don't know. She just threw it out there. Truth. What happened to Ving Rhames? Who is it? Oh God. You guys know not to throw shit out there like that. Then she gonna put good night behind it. You bring your ass back in here and tell me who the fuck Ving Rhames. You ain't gonna throw no shit out there like this. This is allegedly. Until I know otherwise. Jason, who is it? Don't make me Google it.
He's an actor, but why did he die?
He died?
Why did he die? She just said pray for him.
Oh yeah, I know. Pray for him.
Pray for
maybe that's true. She would have said R.I.P. Okay, well, we're gonna know why. Listen, I don't pray just for anybody anywhere. I need purpose in my prayer. My prayer goes straight to where they're supposed to go. So you're gonna
There
have
you
to give
go.
me more context. I'm just not gonna. I don't even know who he is now.
You don't know what he
Text me.
did.
You take it too long to type it out now.
She said, "Wait a
Give me a
minute,
text.
did he cheat?"
I'll let if you're a cheater, fuck him. Okay, we gotta go. Bye, y'all. See ya.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next.